Hello and welcome. My name is Mary Lou and you're listening to the Hera Hotspot podcast, which is all about well-being for women both at home and at work. This week I'm once again chatting with June Barclay, a Nusha healer and angel channeler, and also our friend Jack Wallace, who is also a healer and an oracle card reader. In this second part of our discussion regarding the temple path, we have channeled messages from both ArchAngel Gabriel and Mary Magdalene, which encourage people to join this new path and to come together to share the light. We look at being resonators, so true to our own inner reality that we inspire our sisters to be faithful to theirs. We are so excited about this next part of the journey and feel we are all being guided in a gentle, loving way to this next chapter, and we really do hope that you choose to join us.
We would like to propose a question to the people that would like to join the temple path. Are you ready to walk your path? As we have spoken before, this is the time of the feminine, the beginning of a new era. And I ask the question again, are you ready to walk your feminine path? To become the person that you came to earth to be? To shine your light? To say your piece? To be the peace? My dear ones, the commitment is to yourself, not to the rest of the group. We offer to you the start of a new way of being, the new way of walking your path, to join hands with each person who comes to the temple path, who can partake their energy, their wisdom, and for everybody to speak their truth. This is the idea behind it. The temple path is for each and every one that joins. There is no hierarchy. It's a joint venture. And we have laid this out in many ways and spoken many times to change the way things will happen for the future. And this is the future. To have the confidence to grow. Our wish for all of you is that you join together and you become one voice in a sea of voices for each one to be heard. You can become your own problem solvers, because each and every person has a problem, has something to speak about, has something to go through, has a challenge. So all we wish for you from the spirit world is that you walk that path, and it is called the temple path. We understand if you are nervous or afraid to speak your truth, and that is okay. It is it's your responsibility to change the way you are, to make things better. The spirit world can guide you and help you, but they cannot do it for you. We can support you and love you, but we cannot do it for you. This is your path. These are your problems. These are your challenges. And we just wish to show you an easier way of being able to speak about those problems or challenges. So we send this to you with love, and for all the people that wish to walk the path. We are there as support, and we are there to love. And my last words to you, dear ones, is please walk the path in peace. Open your heart to the peace. And maybe in the peace, you will find the path is not as difficult as you maybe thought it was. We send our love and blessings. Who was that? It's Gabriel again.
Celebration.
Yeah. Whew.
June, that was really good.
Was it? Top of my head is...
I think this temple path is going to be so important. It's going to be a safe community for people to...
That's how that just made me feel.
Yeah, to speak their truth and to... Yeah.
Because I got the feeling was that the community of it is what's important.
Yeah.
So what we add to that, I don't know.
I just think now people just need somewhere safe that they can voice.
Voice whatever it is,
Yeah,
and it doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know how we... Did it sound okay?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did it?
Really good.
That came in really quick.
Whenever Gabriel comes, I always think that angel of celebration.
The excitement.
Yeah, it is.
So, madam, is Mary Magdalene. Sorry, Jack, she's here. Close your eyes and just see what comes. There she is.
Do you know what I sense? Just this inner peace, which is, it's really comforting.
Mary Magdalene, have you got any wise words to tell us about the temple path? Will you walk the path with us?
So what I'm getting is that she's, I actually can see she's walking with me, and I think she's really proud of how far we've all come, but this is the next step forward, and to know that it's safe for everybody, but we need to take this next step to grow and spread our love and light and to reach more people, not just everybody in the heart, but to reach out to everybody through the world, which is what we want to do. And it's going to be an amazing journey. And I just think it's given people, we've just got to make sure people have the confidence to come with us and not to be scared. I think everyone's needs to embrace the change and just to walk the walk with us. And then we can do our work and spread all this wonderful knowledge that we all have, and we can help each other as well.
Mary, have you got any other input into the temple path. Can you give us any more input? We are so grateful for you being with us today.
What she's shown me is people holding hands and being in this sisterhood or a group of people together, like-minded people, men and women actually, just to, even though we're doing this through social media or on Zoom or whatever, actually holding hands, but energetically. I think that's what she's showing me, that we can spread our love and light energetically. We don't actually have to be in the same room together. We can do all this work and spread all this love and knowledge, wisdom, and she just keeps, this is what I'm getting, just not to be frightened and just to be at peace with ourselves and to believe in ourselves and self-worth, that we are worthy.
Thank you for that. Thank you for your input.
I can just she's
Do you know
just,
what she showed me? She showed me the desert behind you. That's really interesting. The sun was behind you with the desert. And she was walking along next to you. I could really see it.
I felt she was holding my hand there. My hands are quite clammy now, but I think that's really important, though, to know that we're all in this together.
Yeah, it is. Her energy is very calm.
It's like embarking on this journey, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is, and I know we've all been on a journey, you know, but it's just trusting that we're on the right journey and that we know it's all going to be.
It was like the sun was there.
Yeah.
And you was walking across the desert. There is, I think, you know, like those sacred traveller cards. Those colours are so vibrant, and that's what that was like.
Yeah.
She's so close, Jack, to you.
Do you know, I've never felt that before. But I really believe this is our shift. This is our time now to really get out to the world.
I think so. I think in that temple path, I think that is where it's going to go.
Yeah.
And that's the important bit. And not just for me, for all of us.
For everybody, and I think you're right. Everybody will have a quality. Everybody will bring something.
Something, yeah.
There might be some weeks people don't want to comment or...
Yeah.
But every week there'll be somebody will experience a big shift or words of wisdom that they can then share on with other people and spread throughout.
Yeah. That's what happens in the group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can be in the hut, and some weeks it's big for someone.
Yeah.
And actually it resonates, and we all have the guidance or support we can give.
Yeah.
And some weeks it's 2 people.
Yeah.
There's never been a situation where 4 of us have got massive things in the shed.
No.
So again, it's trusting that
whoever gets it.
Like it's saying that if there are 20, 30 people on the Zoom, you can't ask everyone, but if someone has a really powerful shift,
then they
will hopefully will step forward and share, and we have to trust it's the right message, and other people will resonate, and they'll be teaching for all of us. And
if they don't get a chance to speak, maybe they'll message it on that safe group thing, and then we can all answer it.
And I think sometimes, especially when, for example, Bronwyn's writing, it's quite nice that it's written down, because actually you can revisit it, and you can really, different people will pick up different things. And sometimes if there is someone speaks for 4 minutes, you're going to forget. That's why I write it down, because sometimes I forget.
You forget
it before, so it's really nice when it's written down.
Yeah,
because you can relate back. Actually, that phrase really connected with that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think, and like you're saying about this prayer that you just shared with us, I know about that, but I haven't used that for a while. And it's actually, I'm going to put that on my fridge and I'll read that every single day.
You will.
And I know it, but I don't always do it.
And you know, this is not just about you. You do it, we're doing it maybe for somebody else. Like I used to do this for Carl all the time. But actually what happens, it reverberates back onto you.
Yeah.
So it's this is always a double-edged sword, the Ho'oponopono. It is I'd like to really get the details behind it and publish it on the site with that.
Yeah.
You know, when we go to the temple path.
That would be really nice to share that. I think that's really...
Because where it comes from is very...
Yeah.
It's important how people get to know that that really works.
Yeah. And like the 4 agreements as well.
Yes, the 4 agreements,
by
definitely.
Eckhart Tolle. You know, and 4 things that you can remember that you kind of go, yeah. Do you know, that really
that
resonates
is important
with me.
to put that on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
The 4 agreements. So that could be your job, Jack.
Yeah, no, I'm happy.
You're good at that.
No, I'm happy doing that.
The 4 agreements.
But no, I think this is what people need to feel safe. They need to be in a community of like-minded people.
Yeah.
And sharing with friends and family that they know that would appreciate it.
Yeah. I think part of us moving out of the comfort zone is also about asking for money to set it up, to go along that path. I'm sure that's been different and awkward, but it's not for us to make money or be. I can't get the words. You'd probably be better with the words on it. Mary.
Well, what we've said before is money is an energy, and it's honouring what you're giving, honouring themselves by committing financially, and giving it value. Because if someone's prepared to put that in, it's just reflective. It's just the whole. It's very hard in the welfare or holistic industry for people to think, well, I'm giving from the heart. This is my purpose. So hence I can't charge. So hence I just have to give because I have to give from the heart. And it doesn't mean people don't give from the heart. But at the end of the day, everyone has bills to pay. And it's also recognising and putting a value on what they're giving. I remember hearing that, not necessarily in a holistic sense, but if you're going to give someone something, either give it to them free, so you give it to them with a heart, or charge what you want to charge. Because if you just go, oh, I'll do it at half price, it becomes a bit of nothing.
Yeah.
So if you're doing it free, like I've given friends, right, I'll give you a balance. I want to give you a balance. It's my gift to you. Or I'll say to them, I'm free on Thursday and I'll charge. But you're kind of committing, and it's not even actually your £15, I don't think reflects your worth, because the time that you put into setting up the meditation, which you've said before, you don't think people realise that you can be in the hut for a day, you can be getting the download for a good 24 hours previous to that, and that doesn't reflect your time that you give and in all the responses. So it is, you are honouring your gift, and I suppose in a way you're asking them to honour it and also honour themselves. Go, actually, I am valuable. I am worth £15. What could be spent on going out for tea or, as you say, 2 or 3 glasses of wine in a pub? It's nothing, is it? Because it's honouring yourself on a different level. Yeah.
Also, when you were doing meditation in the hut here, with the box would go around and people would put money in the box, and that was the exchange of energy, wasn't it? And that's really important. So
it wasn't highlighted as much, maybe because it has more of a highlight on this. It's not different. But it was very much a quiet thing one did at the end. But this is actually.
And for me, it was donations. But this is a different thing now. This is a move
time commitment is very different to this.
It's much different. So much. It's much more than what they would have got just for a couple of hours in the shed.
And what's nice, I think, about this is, although the shed was wonderful and we all loved it, it was very much a singular thing. And what's nice about having it on the Facebook group is all those words are going to be there to be read by old and new members. And I think that energy is going to be so powerful. And as something we can put up there, it's a constant hand-holding. It's a constant being held. And I think we said in the last podcast, it's creating a container in which to hold people. It's having that in a physical form.
That one's come out again. That's the container we got, the cup.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And look at she's back again.
Yeah.
Can you feel her?
Just when you showed me that goblet, actually, I just
I could see her completely.
I really feel this will be a wonderful community. It will grow, and it will grow with the right people.
I thought
This is the beginning of something big.
Yeah.
I'm going to read again what I read to you earlier, the quote from the Feminine Face of God. And what many women today are discovering as they dig a new way path is not a teacher or guru or guide, but a resonator, a friend or sister or companion, so true to her own reality that she inspires them to be faithful to theirs. Somehow the resonator calls us to be our true selves, reminding us and reflecting to us our deepest possibility, asking the difficult questions and encouraging us to take action. And that's what hopefully we will be for each other, is resonators.
Yeah. And
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm really, it's going to be deep stuff, and but it's taking action, and you're having having like a backup of people to say, you know what, it's going to be okay.
You're safe.
You've got to take that step, whatever the challenge is.
And there'll be somebody that would have had that same problem.
Yeah.
At another time, before, after, and everybody can help guide that person.
And support.
Yeah, if you're having a
problem.
problem.
That people are never on their own. There's always a bit like your footprints first.
And this is where this started, with the healing group.
Yeah.
When I put that out, it was for the people that were on their own through COVID.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they had somebody's hand to hold.
People like my mum, who honestly would wake up on a Thursday and would look at your cards and go, fantastic.
Yeah.
Because she hadn't seen anyone. And it was just feeling in that lovely community of love.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's where this started. And nothing stands still.
Nothing, like they say, nothing stays the same, does it? There's change. There's always change. You have to change with the times. You have to, because nothing will stay the same.
No.
Will you ever have 10 people in the hut again? You know what?
Maybe not. No.
Maybe not.
I can't see that happening again.
Yeah.
Well, maybe in the future sometime, but at the moment, no.
This is a quote I sent you the other day. Now we are going to make a new path, dig in all directions, not in a straight line. As a matter of fact, it is the quickest way to the wrong place. And don't pretend you know where you are going, because if you know where you're going, that means you've been there and you're going to end up exactly where you come from. And it is. All the cards we picked today are about journey and path and leaving, I suppose, a safe zone and trusting that we know what's in the end of the path is the right direction. And it does take, well, you've got the valiant courage. It does take courage to step out of your comfort zone and go forward. And it's also trusting the people you're doing the journey with as well, but knowing that you're safe.
Enjoying the journey.
Yeah. I mean, it's what I read from last week about the Circle of Women, but from the combined wisdom and energy of a small group of women who are committed to hearing each other in speech, continuity and trust can develop that can be relied on over the long term, and witnessing each other's direct knowing of her truth, we can be empowered to live our own. That's what I feel it's about.
Yeah.
Hearing each other in speech, us all being able to have a voice.
Yeah, everybody to speak their truth.
And if you witness each person's direct knowing of her truth, you're then empowered to live your own.
Yeah.
We're all the teacher and the mentor to each
we
other.
Are.
It's just a circle going round.
Yeah.
The image I got last week of that ring.
Yeah.
We are, as you say, as Gabriel said, there's no hierarchy.
No,
it's all just equal. It's all just supporting and feeding each other. That circle of hands, that ring, it's all support. And it relies, the structure of a ring, of a circle, relies on every element.
It does.
Every section to keep it supported, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I always remember that time when we were in meditation though, and Jesus was here. Do you remember? And we were in a big circle, and you said he was just sprinkling all that lovely gold energy around us.
Yeah.
You're right. It's for everybody to speak,
feel that.
Yeah, and to speak whatever they want to speak.
Yeah. It's like they've just shown me the Native Americans, the Indians, my talking stick. That's what they did. They sat in a circle. They was handed the talking stick to speak. That was their time to speak. It's exactly the same thing. It's just Al's just shown me it. Sitting around the campfire with a talking stick.
That's what Bronwyn has brought into her first powerful messages was, thank you for giving me a forum, a space, a safety in order to be able to voice this, because so many people have been either hidden it or been judged for it or have been scared of it.
Yeah.
And the sense I got from her was that she felt safe to finally speak her inner truth in an environment where she knew that it was going to be received with love.
Yeah, and that nobody judges.
No.
you know, that you...
Nobody has ever judged.
Yeah. There's no
And
ego.
I think if they ever have, I think they've been taken out of the group.
Yeah.
If they want to judge what each of us go through. I'm sure that's what happens.
And I think we were saying earlier before we recorded about that there may be a sense that you and I know, because we sit here and talk about it so much, that we are way further on the path and we know exactly where it's leading, and that's not the case at all.
Not at all.
As Gabriel said about the lack of hierarchy, is that we are just trusting that this is the right path to be on, and we're just keen for other people, as you've said, to all join hands, to be part of that circle, to walk the path with us.
Yeah.
Because it's not like we know what the agenda is.
Know.
We think we know what we can do in order to move forward, but it's for everyone to take the journey together, to experience it as one.
Yeah. Because if we did know, then maybe we wouldn't do it.
No.
Maybe that's the answer. That's why.
It would create separateness. It would create there isn't.
Yeah, there isn't any. Just because we sit here doing this, we're no further forward.
No.
Than what anybody else
just
is.
Facilitate. Well, I facilitate, and you're the diamond in the ring.
You're also creating a golden opportunity for people to be in this group.
Yeah.
And it is an honour to find it and to be part of it, which is really important.
It is. I've sat in enough groups.
Yeah.
And you've sat in another one with me.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
And you know the difference.
This, when I've said this to you before, this really for me is such an amazing community that we have, and it just brings so much love, doesn't it? You never do feel that, even when you're going through the hardest times and challenges. I know we've been in here before, and it just gives you that confidence that you find that inner strength that you can get through anything.
Yeah.
And then here we are, teaching our kids.
Yeah.
And then my daughter's teaching her friends.
Yeah.
And it's just that, once you said about that telegraph pole, spreading that love and light throughout, it's like we're bursting with all this radiance that we can just keep shining a light.
It is like a radiance.
Don't let anyone blow out,
I was thinking when I sent this to you, like the analogy of the telegraph poles, but I saw a festoon of lights last time we were talking.
Yeah.
And it's about creating a circle, but we're each responsible for our light bulb.
Yeah.
And it's about lighting the way for ourselves and others as well, but it's all being part of that same circuit.
Yeah.
And not everybody's ready at this moment in time, and that's okay. But it might be later.
Yeah.
When people see how you are and where do you get all your energy and your positiveness and everything's going really well for you, it's because we believe in ourselves, and and when you found your purpose and you follow your passion, and then it's you're bursting with excitement.
Yeah.
A bit like your book.
Yeah.
Which you're really excited about, and it's just been such an amazing journey.
It has. Those 2 years, how quick has that gone?
Yeah, absolutely.
That really has gone quick.
But I think just really, allowing everyone to find their purpose.
And that is what the temple path is.
Yeah.
El Morey wouldn't have spent the time talking if he didn't think it was worth doing.
Yeah.
Spirit have got better things to do than
they
turn
can see
up
what
here.
we can't see. They know what's at the end of the path. And
they
it's
do
trusting
know.
Them.
But don't you find that we're kind of all being guided. You just keep going forward and just.
It's very gentle.
Yeah.
Really loving.
Isn't it? Like you said, you felt the hand on your back.
I can feel the whole thing. It's just like for me, it's like a trust fall. I can physically feel the whole of my back is supported, and I can just fall back and I just trust them where I'm going. But I was thinking earlier when you were speaking for Mary Magdalene, that it's like our current group, and yes, having to come away from being in the heart and being local, but I feel it's like we're the foundation stones on which to build, and we know what we've got, we know how we've experienced it, and because we love and trust and know each other and feel safe, hopefully if that is let's say it's a tower and that's the circular base, the foundation, if we build on that, the feeling that we've been created and the spirit of help us create, we'll take that upwards, so the tower can grow and each block is a new person, but we're building on that foundation that we've already got, which is why I think it's so important.
I think that's true.
We have all the gorgeous people with us.
Yeah.
Because they are foundation stones of it.
Yeah. And from them, there may be other people. And that if people are willing to take the chance and join it, who knows where they'll go.
Or if they see the strength of our foundation, as Jack will say, they want to, what keeps you so strong? Actually, I'm part of this amazing group where I'm a singular brick, but a part of an amazing, strong structure.
Yeah. It's really important. She's back again.
No, I was just thinking.
Can you feel?
Well,
She sort of comes in.
Friends actually that just popped into my head that I thought I must tell them about the group, and even this friend that's coming next week.
Yes, doesn't matter where she lives.
No, that's what I'm thinking. It doesn't matter. It's not like you have to be here on a Thursday night.
No.
I think we all have a gift of all this wisdom now that we have to be, like you say, the strong foundation to say.
You need this.
We can build this. We can build this, and we get it. We get it out to everybody, all the right people.
Yeah, I agree.
I think manifesting.
It's exciting.
It's really exciting. I think it's really exciting.
I think.
And I think
Spirit have really got our back now.
It will bring the right people in.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. And like you say, if some people aren't ready at the moment, that's okay. We respect that. You're always here for oracle card readings and
the healing. Yeah.
Because maybe they still have work to be done on themselves.
Yeah. But that's the place to do it.
Yeah.
In that path, in that temple.
Yeah.
The analogy of a temple for me is that's what they used to do, in Isis in Egypt.
Yeah, yeah.
They had a temple where they went to worship.
Yeah. And
it was the women, not just the men.
Yeah.
So that is the analogy.
It's interesting. So just back then, although I see lots of women, I see men as well, which is really lovely.
Yeah, it is.
We mentioned that in the podcast, and it was about, we were asking Maria about whether to have men in the group, but it was actually about the feminine energy, and actually, of course, men can bring that just as much as women. That was the important bit, not the feminine, but the feminine energy of it.
The energy of them. Yeah, because men, they've got that feminine bit to them. We all got the masculine, feminine, and maybe their feminine bit needs to be brought up to the masculine that they carry. Well, it's the same for women.
Meditation and yoga 10, 20 years ago, it was all of it. Everybody's doing it now.
Yeah.
They
are.
And it's so important.
It's a talked about word. Everybody does it.
It's investing in yourself, isn't it? Investing in you and allowing to be you for whatever it is, and like you're saying about acceptance as well, accepting actually, I'm worth it, and the nice thing about this community, you're going to have it all on. It's all going to be there. You're going to have all your recordings, so people, if they can't make your Zoom meetings, they can just go in.
They can go in and get it. They can comment on what they got, and nobody's going to judge them for what they got.
Yeah.
Or what it might be their wisdom that we need.
Yeah.
That's how it works. It's not all about what I bring to the party. It's everybody.
And everybody that we talked about crystals the other week, didn't we?
Yeah.
And somebody can say, oh, actually, I buy all my crystals from this shop, and they're really good, and the lady's wonderful, and
everybody, what they get is relevant.
Yeah.
If they buy something and it resonates, and they feel like they want to put that on anything to do with the meditation group, or I've got this crystal, or I've got this necklace, or this works,
oracle
or cards, anything. Even if they did their own oracle card reading and got a really good card, that could go on there.
Yeah,
there's
really
whole
exciting.
Loads of ways.
It will grow.
I think what we talked about before is when you get wonderful messages like from Bronwyn, it can be a little spiritually intimidating. People go, well, I don't have that, or I can't write that, so they're better than me, or they're further away, or further forward than me. And I think everyone's experience is relevant.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, what I was, this came from a modern spirituality book I'm reading. This elitism is also often accompanied by the doctrine that spiritual connection itself is really difficult to attain and requires a lengthy process of discipline, self-sacrifice and purification. The suggestion here is that there is a high personal price that has to be paid before you can experience your spiritual connection. You need to be a spiritual athlete. These types of ideas tend to belittle everyone's natural spiritual connection. They ignore the simple reality that life throbs within all of us, and that spirit isn't everything. Modern spirituality is clear that if it is normal to be aware of our cosmic context, we are in it, just as a fish is in water or a bird is in the air. Everyone is having a spiritual experience.
Everybody.
Some people are able to articulate it or maybe connect to it or make the time for it, make the space for it.
There's so many levels to this.
And that's important what you're saying about don't compare, because not everybody
you
gets
can't
to see
all
things
get the
or
same.
feel things or to be able to write things down.
Yeah.
And don't compare, just enjoy it for what it is and what you get.
It is.
Even if you think you've fallen asleep through the whole thing, you would have got something.
And we do know that, don't we,
Yeah,
Jack?
because that's what used to happen to me.
Yeah. It's maybe that's even a better time when you fall asleep.
Yeah.
Because the resistance isn't there.
Yeah.
You've give up the resistance, you've gone to sleep.
Well, I think it's really important though when we, the whole thing about the meditation about leaving all your stuff by the door and just so you come in fresh.
Fresh, yeah.
That you don't bring
free from any of that baggage.
And that's a tough one.
How often do we do that? Especially as women.
Yeah.
How many balls do we juggle and how often do we put them all down and create space for us?
Yeah.
Because it is the quote I said earlier about it being selfish. We're not brought up like that. We're not brought up to make our own needs important.
And at the most, what is it, 2 hours a week?
Every 2 weeks at the moment.
Every 2 weeks, yeah.
And actually, how much better, and when I say to Gordy when he doesn't make space for himself, it is the most selfless thing you can do.
It
Because
is.
if you fill your own cup, as you were saying earlier, you've got so much more to give.
Yeah.
If you invest in yourself, and whether it be just a walk in nature, or if you're an artist, you want to paint, or you want to cook, again, we were saying last week, we're our own church.
Yeah.
If we don't make time for that, we can't then give. We can't be a beacon of light.
You can't.
We can't be a source of spirit.
Because you're running on half empty.
Yeah. Jack, what was that card up? Or that from that book?
Acceptance and purpose.
And what was in the Sacred Traveller?
Surrendering to the journey.
Yeah, that one.
I'm going to read it again if that's right.
Yeah.
To save me chopping and changing. It's time to let go. All is well. The Creator is at your side. You don't have to do it alone. Your life is guided. This is not the time to try to control the details of your life. Let it flow. There are times to hold on, but this is a time to completely surrender. Surrender to the greater forces of the universe. Let go of wanting to control your future. Simply turn your challenges over to your spiritual source. The Creator will escort you on your journey. Surrendering is not giving up. You're not yielding to a force outside yourself. You're opening to your soul. By releasing hold, you allow the creative forces of the universe to spiral through you, which brings inspiration and direction into your life. Sometimes the journey goes a different way than expected. When it does, don't resist. There are times you can see the path, but you don't know where it leads. Not knowing where you are going can activate inspiration, insight, and creative juices. You cannot discover new oceans and distant vistas unless you have the courage to let go of the shore. You don't have to do it all yourself. Support is all around you. Simply open your heart and allow it in.
I think that is spot on to what the path is about. About letting go of the control, because none of us know what's at the end of that path.
It's trust, isn't it?
It's just trust.
And like you're saying, as a woman, you want to, hold everything tight.
Together.
And
hold on to the reins, like you said to me this morning.
And you're not necessarily used to being nurtured. You're normally the nurturer. It's quite tricky to then change that role, isn't it?
Yeah.
To give yourself to other
people.
people.
Your mum, your gran, gran, and
you're the source of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really important. It is so important to be who you came here to be. That's it, really, and to shine that light.
Yeah, and don't let anyone blow your light out.
No,
It's really exciting.
I think it is. I keep getting the picture of that temple, and it is amazing. They keep showing it to me. So it is right. It's correct what we're doing. There's no doubt in that.
I don't think there was ever any doubt. And I know sometimes, you know, we get little knockbacks in anything. But actually, you know what? It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to experience that.
Yeah.
But keep looking forward.
Yeah.
And one of those cards today, you know, looking outside of those gates and just looking forward.
Oh, there, Jack.
Yeah.
Gates
of triumph.
Yeah. Success expands in your life.
That is a beautiful card with those gates. You've got to be strong enough to open the gates.
Yeah.
But also to know that even when, metaphorically, we're all in the temple and lighting the candles, that the door's never locked. They just have to knock and welcome them in.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of it's too late.
No, it'll never be too late. Because everybody will bring something to it. The ones that are meant to be in that temple will bring a different perspective. And maybe we haven't all looked at it in that perspective, or whatever way that is.
Well, sometimes you only get that light, just that. Well, you can see a little bit in the future, but we can't see, right? We can't see the whole future. And maybe that's why it's always meant to be like that. You get a little bit, and then the next light will shine, and then the next light.
I don't, you know, I always find it really difficult when people plan too much.
Yeah.
Because that can be quite difficult, can't it? You know, the
Because
plans go awry.
You're not enjoying the moment now, are you? You're not enjoying this moment right now.
It's what we've got.
Yeah.
This is what we've got.